Okay, we're gonna turn that down. Hello, I'm back. Keep forgetting to do this before I start my live stream. These microphones, these headphones rather. Uh, is not good for when you have on things on your ear. Okay, can I hear me? Don't hear me. I don't hear me. I don't hear me. Why don't I hear me? La 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 la. There we go. I hear me now. All right. What's up, homies? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get unplugged online here. Uh, ay, 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 ay. Uh, so let's go. Of course it wouldn't. Of course it wouldn't. Of course I didn't share it to the right things. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? There we go. All right. Stop it. Oh, just stop it. Mm. All right. Let's get this thing started, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. Applaud yourselves, you ugly mother. Oops. Applaud y'all. Boy, y'all some ugly mother. Boy, y'all some ugly mother. Boy, I don't see how much be. I love my audience. They're so you all look so beautiful here tonight. No, y'all ugly. Y'all ugly. You're ugly. He good to be so ugly. I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty. When I look in the mirror, I want to hug the mirror. I want to kiss the mirror. That's how pretty I am. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, if you guys don't get it. Damn, that's so dark. Woo! All right, did I mess up? Uh, no, I did. All right, so I want to get this thing started by saying this. I'm going to start this thing off. Uh, um, the one thing y'all have to always understand, and if you don't understand nothing else, if you don't understand nothing else, the one thing that y'all must always understand about women, women is always working you. You're always being worked. Your wife is working you. Your daughter is working you. Your mom is working you. They love to guilt trip you. Women, it can only you can women you women can only be you can only deal with a woman once she feels satisfied that she got and understands all the locations of the buttons to push. I'm telling you, you guys got to understand this. Um, Women don't do anything for nothing. Everything that a woman does is for something either now or it's for later. As I told individuals in the past, I'm gonna say it here again today on the 3rd of April, 2025. You can meet a homeless woman. You can see a homeless woman. You can drive past that homeless woman every day, stop and give her $5 every day for a year. And then all of a sudden they'll say, forecast is coming in. All of a sudden, people, you might want to get indoors. You might want to bundle up. Temperatures are going to drop to 23 degrees minus. A traffic advisory warning is being issued. Leave your water running. Bring in your plants, please. If you have pets outside, bring them in the house because they damn sure hell going to be popsicles in the morning. You could roll up to that lady and say, hey, listen, um, it's going to be a bad storm tonight. Look, I got a guest room. You could come hang out in my guest room. Uh, you know, just to make sure you're okay. She'll accept. You can say, hey, listen, uh, guest room is there, the bathroom is there, blah, 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 blah. You can get up in the morning and that homeless person, you can get up in the morning and say, woo, yawn, ah, boy, I'm thirsty. She'll say, let me get the water for you. She will get you a cup of water and think that cup of water makes up for all the times you stopped and gave her $5. And she'll think that you'll say, I want some water. Wouldn't say I'm thirsty, I'm hydrated. It wasn't the extreme need of water. It's just something you do every morning. And that woman will make claims to you was dying and she saved your life by giving you that water. That's what you got to understand how women are. They don't appreciate nothing. It is impossible for them to appreciate something at face value. Learn that, and you won't be calling me as much. You won't. You won't be calling me as much. All right? Understand that. RPM is up in here. He said, what's good, knucklehead? It's been a minute. Yes, it has. What's going on, bro? So understand that. Women aren't designed to appreciate them. They don't appreciate nothing. Everything you do for them, they feel as though it's owed to them. Everything you do for them, they think it is owed to them. I'm talking about women of the day. It wasn't like this 10 years ago. What happened in the unfortunates of where women have evolved to a space where delusion have been allowed to be a day-to-day practice and use of interaction. It's not delusion no more. It's what they deserve. They can have 5 kids by 5 different men, and their deserves only apply to men. That's it. Their deserves only apply to men. They could be fat and overweight. They don't deserve to be skinny because that's work they have to do. They could their rent $18 a month. They get evicted. They know the eviction man is coming. They don't deserve to be evicted. But when you come around, for some reason, everything in your interaction with them gets promoted to a deserve level. They now deserve for you to pay for their kids. They deserve you. They deserve for you to check on them every day and check their needs. But for some reason, this deserve space, this deserve narrative only applies to men. It is incredible. And a lot of you guys fall for it. You do. You do. You fall for it. You do. Understand that. Everything that they think deserve. Now, let's talk about the reason why y'all are here today. It's been reported that Anthony Edwards played for the Minnesota Timberwolves, NBA superstar. Anthony Edwards paid his baby mama a lump sum payment in child support. When I travel around social media, the one thing that individuals like to say, because they don't understand how this works, is because I want to be clear. I want to be clear about something. When it comes to child support, too many of you guys are all in to negativity. Too many of you guys think that you can give a woman 18 years child support in upfront. And you guys think, oh, well, she could spend all that and come back and get a modification. Is that what you think? Now, you would think that. So let me dog walk you down the road to understanding this. Let's just say the child is 1 day old, and he gave her 18. He gave based on what she was assessed. The child can die. Unfortunately, the child can die in 5 years. He's just out of that money because she ain't giving it back. But that's one thing individuals don't look at. But individuals like to say, well, she's going to apply for a modification. The status in which he was assessed for child support, because they was not married, she's not owed. She's not owed that. The amount of child support that she was assessed at was the maximum allowed. Even if he goes sign $1 billion contract tomorrow, it's the maximum allowed. You cannot get no more than the max. This is all what he thought of and what y'all don't understand. The maximum allowed she was in. She can't go back and say, I deserve $15,000 a month. And they calculate, well, we assessed at 5, so the $10,000 difference you're owed. That's not how that works. As scared as y'all is of child support, that's not how that works. So a lot of you guys, in a lot of comments that I read, it was said that, oh yeah, she can go for a upgrade. She gonna spend all that and then ask for more money. So I'm gonna make sure I understand your narrative. Let's just say, because I'm giving the money 2 years. Let's just say in 5 years, she petitions the court and say, I spent that $1 million. I need more money. This is the narrative that's going around. Yeah, you're buying to that. You'll buy that. This is what you're saying. Yeah, it is. Shut up. That's what you're saying. So let's go with your narrative. She petitioned the court and say, I spent 18 years of child support in 5. That's what you're going with, right? That's what you're going with. She says, I spent 18 years of child support in 5. Right? That's what you're thinking. Yeah, it is. Shut up. So you think that a judge will sit? I don't like judges. I don't like attorneys. I don't like none of them. I'm just. This is for y'all. This is for the way y'all think. So you think that somebody will entertain a person that said a child spent $1 million in 5 years? What did that child need? Because child support is for the child. So if y'all could just come off of that and just say, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now, is she going to buy a Benz? Of course she is. A Lexus? Maybe so. Is she going to buy a house? Yep. Is she going to take it and invest it and flip it and do whatever she's trying to think? Of course she is. She's going to do that. Is she going to be on Basketball Housewives? Is somebody going to pick her up and say, girl, you got the bag? Of course. Is she going to make money on the fact that she got a lump sum child support? Of course she is. But what she cannot do, and I'm telling you right here today, she cannot ever go back to court and say, I ran out of child support money. She can't. To be honest with you, I don't know how she fell for that. I wouldn't have fell for it. That was a trap more than it was for her to think it was a come up. Yeah. Yeah. That was a trap. And it takes a genius to think about that and say, oh, yeah, she can blow that money tomorrow. She cannot go back to court and say, I need more money. No, the money was for the child. So what exactly did you do with it? Oh, I brought a house. The money wasn't for you and a child. Oh, I brought a car. The money was not for you and the car. You wasn't married to this man, so he didn't owe you a car. You see where I'm going with this? This is how this go. Listen, I'm gonna break something down to y'all because y'all, it is. Listen, it is truly amazing at the beliefs that y'all have when it comes to child support. Let me tell you what I would do. If I had a $300 a month child support payment, if I had one, I would go to the post office and get 10 $30 money orders or 20 $15 money orders. And I would mail them in one at a time. Every other day, I would mail one. In order to understand child support and what this woman is going to do, you must first understand money. No offense to nobody who don't have it. I have it. I'm thank God. I'm good. But you can't possibly think that Mike Tyson had 300 million and blew it. You can't possibly look at Tanisha Arnold, who was on the Martin show for 5 to 7 years or whatever. Now she's claiming she's broke. The chick that was on the Bernie Mac show doing OnlyFans. Individuals that had millions broke. NBA stars seeing big $30 million contracts. Oh, 6 years, 30 million. Get out of the league, broke. And then for some reason, y'all think that a woman can get $1 million and become a billionaire with it. It does not work like that. Let me help y'all understand money. If you give somebody $1 million, they got to burn off the shock of having $1 million. This is why you see a bunch of. I remember before I went in the military in '88, the dude hit for $5 million in New Jersey or New York, and brought his wife and his mistress to get the money. By the time I got out the military, he was broke for 15 years. Then he was 15 years broke. He was broke. He lost the money 15 years ago. So he had $5 million. So a woman gonna get $1 million. Okay. So when you first get money, you're gonna go through a shock. You're gonna go through a burn phase. The problem with people in their burn phase is they never pause the burn phase and burn through it in its entirety. These worldly terms come from. You burning through money like it's water. You burning through it. Okay, that's what happens. So, but I'm gonna tell y'all the first time I got a lump sum of money. The first time I got a lump sum of money, rather than what I had money in the bank. But the first time when we left for Desert Storm, we left for Desert Storm, and of course we was abroad for 6 months, and and we came back. And the beautiful thing about going to Desert Storm was the fact that you was not in Garrison. Garrison is home, by the way. You wasn't there. And because you wasn't there, your money sat. So when we was in Desert Storm, I when we when we came back from Desert Storm, individuals had stacks on stacks on stacks of cash. Now let's just say you got $15,000. Burn through 5,000. You have to burn through it. You got to get reckless. You got to go buy that $1,000 watch. You got to go buy 10 pair of Jordans. You got to burn through. You got to do that. Or you're going to be itching. All right. Listen, I have a BMW 3. I have a BMW 4. I have a BMW 5. I have a BMW 6. I have a BMW 7. I have a BMW 8. Because I got those numbers, I'm good. I'm paused. Now I'm not looking to buy another car to the end of next year. I'm good. But it was burning in me to have, I had the BMW 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. And then I used my bike as 6 BMWs. Now I got 6 cars. I'm good. The itch is gone. There's no way on this planet you're going to give a black chick $1 million and don't think her burn rate is going to be 90% of it. She going to go through I'm a boss B. She going to buy a Rolls Royce. She going to buy all this stuff. I said Benz earlier, but she going to go ham. They don't know how not to do things that's going to enhance their attention. So when we came back from Desert Storm, you just seen new cars everywhere, blah, 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 blah. And by the time December came, we came back in April. By the time December came, it was back to normal. It's the reason why I live the way I live today. I did 3 Lyft rides today. I made $80, $83 doing Lyft earlier. And then I got back before 9 a.m. and did my consultations and did a little workout. I don't have nothing that I want now. All of the money that I do for Lyft, that just goes on my Lyft card. I don't use it. So when it comes to money, if you give somebody money and they never had it, you got to go through a burn phase. Then after that burn phase, you're going to go through 3 phases: the burn, the settle, and the panic. The panic is, wow, I'm down to. So you're going to go through, let's just say $1 million. I'm telling you, burn through 300,000. You got 700,000 left. Burn through 300,000. Take another 300,000, settle. Get you a house, settle. Pay cash for the house, settle. And then you good. Unfortunately, individuals don't do that. They don't. When I spend money, it's a fraction of what I make. There's days I do $2,000 easily. That's why next year in December, when it's time for the Rolls Royce, you'll see me with a Rolls Royce. I'm not trying to get no car that's going to possibly cost me $3,000 a month right now. No, sir. You know why? Because I would burn through money. I'm not doing that. I'm 56. So stop thinking that this woman is going to get $1 million and be a billionaire next year. I promise you, it was a genius and brilliant idea on Anthony Edwards' part. And when it comes to child support, this is what a lot of you guys think. I had a friend of mine. His child support was like $200 a month. And what he told me when it came to paying his child's mom $200, this was back in the 90s, by the way. The League of Dads wasn't in effect. This was back in the 90s. I said to him, he kept getting locked up behind $200. My daughter wasn't born yet, so I wasn't in this space. And the dude was proud to keep going to jail. And I said, yo, why don't you just pay your child support? He said, man, I'm not trying to give her no $200 so she can go get her hair done and her nails done with my money. So you're spending time in jail for money you're gonna pay. It made no sense. A lot of you guys are under the impression that $200 in child support is $1 billion everywhere else. Listen, ask yourself this. Well, how much is your child support? Man, I pay $400 a month. What could $400 do for you? Well, guess what? It's going to do the same thing for her. That's the way it works. Child support don't fluff. Oh, I paid $400,000 and she get her cash app, PayPal, or get a bling. Oh, he must have made a $400 payment. Why? That $400, listen at this girl, it yielded me $3,000 on my cash app. Oh, God, hold on. Oh, I got 18,000 on my PayPal. Hold on, let me make sure. I got $7,418 on my Venmo. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. In the world of workings, that's not it. I assure you, that's not it. It's not. What this man did was genius. Brilliant. 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 What Anthony Edwards did was brilliant. I applaud. I applaud. I applaud his genius self. That was genius. That was brilliant. To give somebody a lump sum money, because you know what? She's going to do what they all do. She's going to run around, blow through that. She's going to flash and dash. She's going to do all this stuff. And then you're going to hear it later on. Remember her? Anthony Edwards gave her $1 million, but now she's running back to court. You don't believe this? Let me introduce y'all to a guy named Curtis Jackson. You know him as 50 Cent. This dude brought his child's mom a house in the Poconos and was giving her $500,000 a year. Hear me, $500,000. So every 2 years, he was giving her, without a court order, what Anthony Edwards gave for 18. But we're talking about creatures. They're not satisfied. So what happened when vitamin water was brought by Coca-Cola and there was a $600 million exchange of funds? His baby mama, a black woman, does what all black women do. They convene with the sisterhood. And when they convened with the sisterhood demanded that she get her cut of that $600 million. So them not being appreciative of, she went and hired an attorney. I don't know if you guys knew this is how the story went. She went and hired an attorney. So 50 Cent said, okay. He waited till they got out of the house and burnt the house down. Now, he said he didn't have nothing to do with it, but it's not illegal to burn your house down. The problem is when you try to claim it on insurance. So I don't know if 50 Cent claimed it on insurance. I think he just burnt the house down and said, oh, well, there was a claim never filed. I don't know. Burnt the house down about this house. And then she got the maximum allowed for child support, which was $80,000. The maximum allowed for a baby mama is $80,000. It's 80,000 at that time. All right. So the $500,000 she was getting, she went to court and got a $420,000 decrease. Decrease. That's what women do. That is the perspective of a woman. She listened to her friends, like Tyrese Gibson. His why they all listen to their friends. If they got friends, leave them alone. Leave them alone. They're plotting. It's gonna be a matter of time before the nonsense come knocking at your door. And because she listened to the sisterhood, it's valid. It's valid. What's the matter, lady? What's the matter? My new dog. She's scared to come in this room. Here, lady. She was a stray dog. Can't imagine her being a stray dog. Come here, lady. Come here. Come here, lady. Come here, lady. Come here, lady. Here, lady. She don't want to come in here. It's amazing to watch them play. She follows. She follows Quattro, and the way they act is exactly the way I wanted it. I remember when I had Diamond. This lady told me stagnate your dogs. Make sure one is younger than other. I was going to get a dog that's bigger than. I was going to get a dog that's just as big as Quattro, but I just looked at it in my head and said they're going to collide. They're going to clash. And with this dog, she, Quattro towers over her, and I got just what I wanted. I got, and what I wanted was I wanted Quattro to be the leader, and she follows him. Uh, I got her Tuesday. Today is only Thursday, and she follows him. Everything that he does, she does. When he runs outside, he runs outside. Blah blah blah. Quattro come back in the house. She looks at the door and be like, "What are we doing?" And then she comes back in the house. It's just what I wanted. Couldn't ask for anything better. All right. Okay. So y'all need to take heed to the perspective and narrative of the thing that everybody called child support. Um, it is not as it appears. I'm telling y'all, child support is not as it appears. Um, uh, Me personally, I'm in the business of helping people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I tell a lot of you guys, hey, listen, uh, you know, uh, I tell a lot of you guys, um, there's an art, and there's an art, and there's an art as long along with there's an art. Hold on a second. Who the heck that was? yeah. Okay, all right. All right, so like I was saying, um child support is not as it seems. And I can say this a million times. You're going to listen to somebody else talk about it. You're going to listen to a lot of people say this is the projected comeback when you hear people talking about this perspective. The projected comeback is she's going to blow through that money and then go back down there and file for an increase. No, she can't. No, she can't. There's n- I, I'm telling you, I don't like family court judges. There's not one judge that's going to entertain somebody blowing through $1 million on money that was used for a child. She, they're going to ask her, okay, here's what you need to do. Show us what you did with every dime of that money. And the second they see Mercedes, they see whatever. I'm telling you, what Anthony Edwards did was genius. Genius. I wish I would have did it. My child support for 18 years was only 70 something thousand. Let me see what my child support for 18 years was. Let me see what that was. I'm sorry. My bad. My child support for 18 years was $55,944. I I seriously don't see how that's money over 18 years. A million is not money over 18 years. It's not. I assure you. No offense to individuals that 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 think it is, but I'm gonna go on the record to say you don't understand money. You don't. If you think $1 million for 18 years, it's mm-mm, mm-mm. And don't let him set up where as though it's in a trust. Maybe one day he'll sit down with somebody and do the details of that thing, but it's not what it seems. I'm telling y'all, it's not. Ah, you have to ask yourself. You have to tell yourself there's a couple of narratives that's going along with this as well. And those narratives that's going along with this well is whenever whenever you whenever you're dealing with a woman, and I will tell individuals this um, because there's a philosophy that women adopt whenever they decide they're going to take you down for child support, and that philosophy is you're scared. Yeah, that's the philosophy. The philosophy is you're scared. Now, ask yourself this. If you minus all of a woman's perspectives of your fears, what power does she have after that? If you write down all the boxes via her interactions, things that she said to you, her actions, her comments, if you say to yourself, if you could sit down there and develop a profile of what this woman think, what do you think what do you think you're telling a woman if you say, check me down for child support? Okay, here's a lump sum of money. Go on. What do you think that did to her? I want to be clear. It is known that if whatever the way you hurt a woman, give her what she wants. Did you hear what I just said? It's been known the simple way to hurt a woman is to simply give her what she wants. And what you got to understand is they live in a delusional cycle. And because they live in a delusional cycle, they're going to assume they live by what they think hurts you. That's how they function. Oh, this is going to hurt him. This is going to hurt him. It ain't about the child. This is going to hurt him. This is how they think. But what if you sit down and had a long talk with yourself or a short talk? Just have the talk. Oh, dear mine. Talk with yourself and said, I'm going to go ahead and exempt all the, I know what she's, dang, I know what she thinks she's doing. Let me tell you something. Why do y'all think I went to school for law? I went for the drop those psychological bombs. I went to make sure my cocky and arrogance, I was well within my rights to deliver them. I'm mental. I'm too big with you mental physically. This is the only option y'all got with women anyway. I don't know why. One day y'all gonna realize that. This is the only option y'all got with women. It's psychological. You cannot deal with them on the physical, can you? You can't, boy, I order. You can't. No, 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 we're not gonna have that. No, you can't. But what happens when you decide to say, okay, got you. What do you think did to the psyche of a woman thinking that a man is going to come to court and fight for money and just throw it in your face and be like, gosh, dag, what do you think that did to her psyche? Now she's going to run around and with her friends and say, I got the bag. But I've seen women, not going to mention no names, 5, 6 years ago, all on social media, giving out, took nut. Now you see them today, and it's like all of their videos is he don't want to be involved with his child. He don't want to be involved with his child. That's all the videos they make now. That is women. That's women. That's what I believe. I believe that Anthony Edwards delivered a psychological nuclear bomb when he gave that woman lump sum money. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Appreciate those thumbs up. I believe that. Yes, I do. If anybody would listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I just said what was the psychological that Anthony Edwards did. I just told y'all that this man delivered a psychological nuclear bomb by giving this woman a lump sum money. I said that right. I was sitting right here when I said it. You ever ask yourself why, if you was in a custody battle, why the woman, why, okay, who hears, I don't want you to come see the child? Who hears that? Men that want to be fathers. Who hears, why don't you come see the child? Men that don't want to be involved. Everything is cool until you help these little children, these individuals with this childish mentality. Everything is cool with these individuals till they see that you shall not be moved. And then you'll get the, how old is the child? He's 8 years old. I love my son. He's a handsome, and Anthony Edwards don't want to have nothing to do. No, he don't want to have nothing to do. Now they run to the media and guilt trip. You'll see it coming up in the future. You'll see it. You'll see it. I promise you. Remember, you heard it here first. They all about money. They're all about money. They're all about this and that, this and that. They all of them gear themselves up for the "you care" fight. That's all it is. That's all. That's all it is a "you care" fight. Oh, he care. That's why you fight. The only reason why you fight because you care. Trust me. Trust me. That's the only reason why you fighting, because you care. But then when you say, when you implement "I don't care," let me tell you something. Matia LaShawn Bradley had me on a "you care" fight for 11 and a half years. 11 and a half years. You see, I'm rocking. Then all of a sudden, 2009, I said, you can have both of these, you and your kid, gone. 3 years later, 2012, I hadn't seen him since. And it was 3 years that I hadn't seen her daughter, 6 years before I hadn't seen her, because the way we used to do the exchange, I never seen her. 6 years later, 3 years had not seen a child. All of a sudden, Atila Sean Bradley comes into court in 2012, crying like a 5-year-old. Why don't you come see our daughter? The custody order's still the same. Crying, pleading. Why? Because the psychological nuclear bomb that I dropped, total carnage. Give me a second. Total carnage. I went back to the scene. I seen her car, just 1,000 pieces, limbs everywhere. You know, I didn't care. I have not adopted the care perspective. I simply turned this thing over to a psychological fight. I let her think that the financial fight and the physical fight of the child was still imminent. No, it wasn't. I helped her understand this war is completely psychological, and that's it. And I'm here to tell you, not one, and I mean one, there's not one woman in history, not one, that can win a psychological fight. They ain't built for it. They're too emotional. The second you start saying, I don't care, now they look at you like, but this is your child. You said none of that when you was having your fun, shooting your guns, trying to get in my buns. Later, y'all.